Hey, Van Jones, his son just opened up an illegal lemonade stand.
Oh, my gosh.
Yeah. It has come to our attention at the Blaze that Barack Obama's former communist member has opened up a lemonade stand. He said, my son made $11 with a lemonade stand, wants to save $5, spend $3, and give $3 to someone who needs some money. Now, here's the thing, Van. I appreciate you coming on board with us on the lemonade stand to teach your child how to be an entrepreneur. It's not going to work out for you with your communist mentality because, if you're a communist, which you are, the last thing you need to be doing is teaching your child how to go in business with themselves. Yeah. But more importantly, you're starting to sound more and more like a conservative. Your child wants to save $5, spend $3, and give $3 to a charity.
Huh.
That's fantastic.
Sounds a lot like what we talk about.
Well, let me just ask this, Van. First of all, if you really want to be in your world, you need to take $5.50 from your son first. Then he can save what's left of the $5.50. You go ahead and have him save, spend, and then give to charity out of the $5.50. I think that's only fair. That's the way you are advocating things work. In fact, your son has $11 whole. There's a lot of kids that don't have $11. Maybe you should take 70% of his money. Maybe 80%. You know what? I'll tell you what. I'm just going to play this game. You just keep having your son make money, and I'll just take more and more and more. I'm not going to give your son a top-end figure on how much is enough. I'm just going to watch him, demonize him, and then take his money. And one other thought. Why would your son take his hard-earned money and give it to charity? Why wouldn't you encourage your son just to send that into Washington and give that $3 to Washington? Or is it that when Washington takes money for, quote, helping people, 30 cents on every dollar goes to actually people. The rest is for infrastructure. 30 cents. That's double the worst charity imaginable. Doubly bad. 30%. 60 cents on the dollar is supposed to be the bottom line. Once you get to 60 cents on a dollar, you're like, wait a minute. Okay, it shouldn't cost 40% just for the infrastructure.
When you look for charities, don't you look for people who are about 90% efficient?
I look for most efficient as possible.
Yeah, as the top of the line, and that's usually 90-some percent, because it's got to be some administration fee in there. But the government to have 70% of it go to things you don't want it to go to, it's just stupid. But that's where it should go, according to Van Jones. Why would you advocate him giving to charity? Doesn't make any sense.
Why doesn't he just give it to Obama?
Exactly.
Give any to President's campaign fund?
Yeah.
I have no idea.
And especially if he has a birthday coming up. If he gets presents, he should instead direct people to give those presents to the Obama campaign.
Have your kids open up a lemonade stand? Have they given to the Obama campaign?
Maybe Van, your son, is going to marry his significant other, and he has a fabulous significant other wedding coming up. Put Barack Obama on the registry. Make Barack Obama donations in lieu of gifts to his marriage to his significant other,
isn't it? That's really an amazing thing. I mean, that's an actual letter.
I think the way he actually puts the giving, he says he wants to give it to people who are in need or something. So in theory, he could probably say, "Well, that's what I mean by taxes," because to him, that's how you give money to give away money to taxes. But he's himself, in his own words, proud of his son only wanting to give 27% of that money away, when he's saying all the time he wants tax rates to go up from 35. I mean, Van Jones is a highly compensated individual.
And did he actually take money from that and say, okay, well, now you had to buy the lemonade. You have to rent the lemonade stand. I mean, if you want to teach your kids how the capitalist system works, and you want to teach them at a young age how much it sucks and how the small business owner does have to risk something, what you need to do is get your kids to pay for the water, the lemonade, and the stand, and having the stand being built. You might even want to charge them a couple of dollars or a couple of cents for the location. You're going to put it in the front yard? Well, okay, you're not just going to put it on the front yard. You're going to have to rent that space. What? Yeah, you're going to have to rent the space. Then how are you going to build it? Well, I just ought to get some of the wood in the back. Well, you're going to have to rent that wood. Unless you want to buy it. You're going to have to rent that wood. What about the water and the lemonade? Where are you getting that? Well, I have some in the kitchen. Yeah, well, water costs money. And the lemonade, well, you're going to have to buy that yourself. Now I'll front you the money. I'll be an investor. Now I'll front you the money as an investor. I'll be a bondholder. And but you're going to have to pay me a portion of the proceeds. So whatever you make, I get a percentage of those proceeds. What do you say, 10%? What? Well, yeah, and by the way, you're going to have to pay 30% of income tax on that. Your kids will be very discouraged. Yes, they will. Yes, they will. But they'll be realist, and they'll know what they should stand up against. Big government. Big government.